Hi, welcome to the second part of your 7-step audit process. And today, and in this one, we're talking about your goal audit. Overcome the overwhelm, make a plan, and start taking actions. In this first version of this video, we set your fitness goals, and I'm going to look at the essential question for this audit. How well do your current fitness goal align with your deeper values and life priorities? And what adjustments are necessary to make these goals more meaningful and motivating? And I'm going to take that once more. How well do your current fitness goals align with your deeper values and life priorities? And what adjustments are necessary to make these goals more meaningful and motivating? So you set your goals, you've set your fitness goal, you want to get to this fitness goal. So how well does your fitness goal align with your deeper values? And it is really, really important. This is one of the things that when you truly look at it, you're going to find out if losing weight is really of value to you, or is really important to you. Or maybe gaining weight, maybe it's not important to you, maybe it is important to you, because maybe you've been losing weight and it's becoming unhealthy. The things you have to do to maintain your certain size is becoming unhealthy, and health is one of your values. So you see, you living your values by doing unhealthy things, by taking detoxes that really drain your body of mineral and nutrients and make you purge all the time. It is no more valuable. Maybe you're exercising too much, you're fatigued throughout the day, and you can't really show up as your sound self at work. And maybe you just want to exercise to get stronger, so you're more sound at work, so you're more productive. You have the energy to play with your children, you have the energy to show up and be mindful and present. You want to be intentional about your life. So how well does your fitness goal adapt, or how does it align with your values and your life priorities? Your goal has to make you thrive. Your fitness goal has to make you or your other areas of your life thrive. Because if your fitness goal takes away from your values, if you have to do unhealthy things to get to an ideal, to what you think would make you perfect for societal standards, then you're living outside of your fitness goal. You have to learn how to align your values with your goals, and we'll talk about that more deeply, but we'll talk about this inside the Oasis of Wellness community. So now I want you to ask yourself, what values do you embody on any given day? Because your values is not something you leave at the back burner, it's something you live every day. And how does your fitness goal align with your values? Because it's the behavior you do every day that shows who you think yourself to be. If you are a kind of person that values health, what do you do on a day-to-day activity, what do you do on a given day to show that you truly value your health? You say, I love being healthy, but you do nothing like going to bed on time, taking your time to rest, being mindful about the things you eat, how you move your body, your connection, your creativity. And you also have to ask yourself why these values are important to you. Okay, now there's one question I want to ask you about values. How would you like for this value, let's say, movement, how would you love it to be reflected in your day-to-day routine? How would you love the value of being healthy to show in your day-to-day routine? Okay, how would you like, another question I have, if you needed a backup plan, what are other ways you could embody your values in your day-to-day routine? Right? And we're going to be talking about routines in the compassionate routine skeleton. It's a very interesting one. I'm going to show you how to set your non-negotiables in your routine, and then you're going to have a minimum level routine that you can do on those days where you're tired, you're not in the mood, and still having your non-negotiables, because these are your values and your life, and these are the things that make life interesting. And then they're going to have on the days where your energy is high, you're good, and you're going to have this routine that you can go through and really, exercise and get your non-negotiables for your exercise, for your health goals in place. And what are your non-negotiable behaviors that you really want to be doing? This is your goal audit, and this is a very critical one because your values, your identity, your behaviors should be tied to your goal per season. So I want you to visualize yourself completing your routine, your fitness routine, your day-to-day routine, your waking up routine. We have different routines, right? And we're going to have a full conversation on routine. You're going to be visualizing. Now visualize your routine, and you've successfully navigated all of the obstacles like your mind, your emotions, the weather, your environment, what you've asked questions on ChatGPT or Google, what exercises can I do? And you find, I can squat, okay, I can do 3 squats, instead of thinking, if I cannot do 10, I'd rather not do at all. But you can do 3, and then you've navigated all of these obstacles. So I want you to write what a day of carrying out this routine looks like after you've overcome all of these obstacles. That is going to be your perfect routine. So draw it up, and we're going to still talk about this in the compassionate routine skeleton. So I want your goal to really be personal to you, and how you navigate these obstacles is really up to you, because you know where you are right now. After we've gone through this awareness audit, the knowledge audit, the routine audit, and the mindset audit, you know what is holding you back. You know what the obstacles are. You know how you need to manage your mind, your time, your routine. You know what you need to do. You know the level of support that you need. And the Oasis of Wellness community is going to help you answer all of the questions you need about building out the fitness routine you need for your goals. And I really encourage you to join. So we're going to be asking you those questions, right? What are your primary fitness goals, and why have you chosen them? Think about why you've chosen them. Describe how you feel when working towards your fitness goal. Let's bring back your emotions. How do you feel when you have to wake up every day and decide I'm going to choose to work towards my fitness goal? On a rate of 1 to 10, how aligned are your daily behaviors to your fitness goal? So really think about it. And that's that for the goal audit. The next audit, which is our second to last audit, is your emotions audit. So here we're calling it navigating emotional waters, mastering your moods in your fitness. Our moods is one of the big killers of our fitness goals. Well, I'm not in the mood to work out today. I'm not going to work out. See, it's not healthy anymore, right? So our essential questions for our emotions. The essential question for our emotions audit is, how do my emotions affect my fitness activities and overall health, and what strategies can I employ to manage these emotions more effectively? So how does your emotions affect your workouts, your day-to-day workout? In the moment you're working out, and then your mood changes, you're like, this is too hard, I can't get there, and then you abandon everything. And what strategies can you employ to manage these emotions? And I'm going to tell you, we don't talk about how emotional your fitness journeys can get, because it's your body. You experience these things in your body. You experience life in your body. The emotions audit is a very important one. And I want you to look at the emotions wheel. I will link it in this video. And you're going to be able to identify how you feel. And you're going to understand what it looks like on a bigger scale. Maybe you truly feel sad, but in this moment you're feeling down and tired or fatigued. It might be mentally, it might be physically, but you really need to identify that and see how it is affecting your day-to-day ability to show up and exercise. So this looks like mastering yourself. If you can master your emotions and not classify it as good or bad, it's just an experience you're having in this moment. So I want you to identify the common emotional responses you have in different workout scenarios. Maybe when you're doing cardio, you start to feel a certain way. Maybe when you're doing some level of strength training, you're trying to do push-up, you start to feel warm in your body, you start to feel like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. The knowledge audit will help you understand where you are in your what you know about exercise, your ability to show up and exercise, how different exercises make you feel. And your emotions audit would help you understand the exact emotion you're feeling and why. We're going to really talk about each of these audits and why they make up your fitness journey. So these are obstacles that show up in different ways. Maybe it's a knowledge obstacle you have. Maybe it's an emotions obstacle you have. It's a mind management thing. So we're going to be asking some questions and then we're going to move on to our last audit. So I want to ask you, what emotions do you commonly feel before, during, and after exercising on different days? So maybe when you're exercising tomorrow, check before you show up to exercise, how did you feel? How did you feel during an exercise, doing a particular kind of exercise? And how did you feel later? Maybe after exercising, you still don't feel good. It is normal. So I want you to look at these emotions and we're going to help you answer the questions around them when you join the Oasis of Wellness community. And what strategies do you use to manage your emotions that are related to your fitness? You know, sometimes when we talk about fitness, it's not just your fitness involved, it's your body, your mind, the way you think about yourself, the way you feel about your body. It also affects the way you show up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how effectively could you currently manage your emotions that arise in your fitness activities? How are you able to switch, right? Because your fitness is important to you. You've checked your values. You really value your health. You want to be energetic. You want to be agile enough and creative. Your fitness is important to you. So how effectively can you manage your emotions that show up when you work out during an exercise program? And I also want you to think about the number of times you felt emotionally overwhelmed in your fitness journeys this past month. In the past 3 months, how many times have you felt overwhelmed by all the fitness activities you have to do? The meal planning, the exercise routine planning, the waking up early, the bringing out your exercise wears, how you feel in your exercise clothes, the drinking of water. How overwhelmed has the whole fitness talk felt in the past 3 months? And we're going to help you navigate all of that in the Oasis of Wellness community when you join. And we're going to talk about the last audit, and it's a very interesting one. The compassionate scale. You know, kindness begins with you. So you have to start practicing self-compassion in your fitness. We push compassion to the back when it comes to fitness. No pain, no gain. You have to endure. You don't want it bad enough. All of those things make fitness more scary. And the fact that fitness videos often look like battlegrounds, you're like, I'm not trying to do this, because you're not trying to do this. You have to think of ways to bring in compassion into your fitness goal. And I'm going to ask the essential question for this one is, in what ways can practicing self-compassion during my fitness journey help me overcome setback and maintain motivation? The main aim of practicing compassion in your fitness journey is to maintain motivation. Motivation is not excitement, it's not high energy. It is showing up even in those times where it doesn't feel like you have all of the energy, and determining what workouts will make you feel better and not make you feel worse. One of the reasons we resist exercise and sometimes is that we want it to be high energy, but our body doesn't feel like that, and your body is looking for something. Your body is looking for some kind of movement to wake it up, to help it change some emotions, and you're trying to push in a way that your body doesn't want to be pushed, and you end up feeling overwhelmed and tired and fatigued and resenting yourself because of the way you feel on the inside of your body. So applying compassion in your fitness is learning to understand yourself and learning to forgive yourself when you do not meet your expectations of what should be, and also learning to set realistic expectations. I can't talk about realistic expectations well enough. Sometimes we set these big expectations that we are not even capable of handling. Remember, the knowledge audit, remember the emotions audit, remember the goal audit. Setting realistic goals, realistic expectations would help you show up compassionately for yourself. Compassion is tough love. Truly, compassion is not this fluffy thing. It is something that calls you out. You're playing small. You actually have the energy to do one more rep, but because I don't feel like anymore. These are the times you tell yourself what needs to be told and say to yourself, I can really do this. When you have this skill, is a skill you have to practice. You treat yourself with some kind of kindness. The kindness you show to others. When you face setbacks, such as your emotions, you don't know what to do, you go research. Your emotions feel this way. You're like, okay, what exercises can I do instead of pushing through a very hard workout that you don't know how to do yet? You start to learn to care for yourself. You're not very critical about your body anymore. You look at your body instead of saying only negative and ugly things to it. You look at every mixed workout as an opportunity to reflect and say, okay, what happened around here? Why didn't I just get up from bed? What am I resenting? What am I avoiding? You start to understand yourself better the more compassion you show yourself. So you have to understand the level of criticism you show to yourself when it comes to your fitness. Because if you look at it, you're excelling in other different areas of your life. At work, you're showing up well. In this situation, you're showing up well. As a mom, you're showing up well. Why do you criticize yourself when it comes to your fitness? Okay, so we're going to be asking our questions because I love compassion a lot. Compassion has helped me through so many difficulties, so many obstacles that would have kept me stuck. But compassion and saying, forgiving myself for all the times I've made multiple mistakes and deciding to do the hard work to correct them, to reach out to the people I've offended, to reach out to myself as I have let myself down, and show up and be like, I can do better. I can forgive myself, because if it was somebody else, I would forgive them and help them do better. So this is where you show up for yourself and forgive yourself and help yourself do better. So I'm going to be asking some questions. How do you typically respond to yourself when you fall short of your fitness goal? Sometimes we just give up completely because it's easier to do so. It is way harder to tell yourself, oh, I've missed a week of workout. I'm going to continue first thing tomorrow morning. That's compassion, right? And I also want you to think about how you can start to develop compassion and change your approach to your fitness. We're going to talk about goals in the Oasis of Wellness community and how you can shift from goals you set because you want to avoid feeling a certain way to instead setting goals because you're aiming to feel a certain way. These changes the game for you. Instead of avoiding, I want to stop feeling bad about myself, to be like, I'm going to set this goal so that I can become stronger, become sharper, become faster. And before you know it, you're feeling great about yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your current level of compassion in your fitness routine? So during an exercise routine and you're exercising and you're like, I can't continue. How do you show yourself compassion? Do you change the workout so something you can, maybe it's 10 minutes to be done in your workout? You're like, let me end it with a yoga routine. At least I can gently come back and calm down. Then trying to push through and feeling frustrated and just giving up and scrolling your phone through the whole time until 10 minutes is done. You're like, at least I've tried, but deep down you're feeling like I could do more. Why do I not show up? I cannot push through. So how do you rate your level of compassion you show yourself in your fitness routine? I also want you to count the number of times you felt guilty about missing the workouts versus the number of times you treat yourself kindly. So instead of telling yourself, I'm so lazy, I cannot work out, versus I missed my workout that day. Okay, the day before I didn't eat very well, I didn't sleep on time, the weather was too harsh, so I didn't get a sound sleep throughout the night. I kept waking up. Think about the things where you're like, okay, these are the reasons. This is a realistic reason I couldn't wake up to exercise. And then how would you do better tomorrow? This is what the season looks like now. how can I build my fitness to align with my current lifestyle and activities. And that is the 7-step audit. And I hope as you are going through this, you were with your looking at your PDF and just writing and thinking where you were with your fitness, and just rating yourself and seeing what you are capable of doing at every point in time. And I hope this, I know this would help you audit where you are. And in the next video, we are going to talk about the compassionate routine skeleton to help you build out minimal routines and the optimal routine you can use on different days, just to have a standpoint of what you can use on the days that things don't go according to plan. And I hope this audit also helps you understand the factors that play into your fitness, that take you away or take you towards your fitness goals, and how you can navigate that. Having an understanding of where you are right now is one step closer to what level of help and support you need to get to where you're going to. And I hope to see you inside the Oasis of Wellness community for your 30-day plan. And if you want to join the paid version, it's a quarter by quarter commitment, and every quarter we go through certain behaviors that help you get to your fitness goals, and giving you the support and the navigation you need for each quarter to get to your overall fitness goal. I hope to see you on the final video in this freebie. I'm excited you jumped in. I'm excited you're watching this, and have a very nice day.